Shea Pepler here with the Sporting News exclusive 2012 college football preview. And in this edition, we are taking a look at the Big East. Here are some storylines heading into the season. After finishing in a three-way tie for the conference championship last season, West Virginia bolted for the Big 12. But new to the conference this season, Temple rejoins the Big East as part of an 8-team football league, which will boast two new head coaches. Paul Chryst takes over at Pitt, while Kyle Flood is the new head coach at Rutgers. Now we welcome Sporting News college football writers Steve Greenberg and Matt Hayes. Gentlemen, looking at the Big East, what are your most intriguing storylines?
I think the most intriguing storyline is, can 2013 get her fast enough so Boise State can roll into the league? But other than that, I think you really look at Pitt. You know, Pitt probably a year away from going to the ACC. They haven't kind of figured that out yet, but I would imagine Pitt and Syracuse are going to go to the ACC for 2013. So Pitt's got one last run in this league, and you're talking about a group of seniors there at Pitt that may be the most screwed over group of seniors ever. You know, they lose their beloved coach Dave Wannstedt. You know, then they get the next coach they hire, Mike Haywood, gets fired 2 weeks into the job. And then they hire Todd Graham, and then Todd Graham leaves after a year. And now they got Paul Chryst. You got a lot of guys. Tino Sinceri, the quarterback, has played for 6 different offensive coordinators in his career there. And I think that may galvanize this team right now. These guys have been talking a lot about how, you know, this is something they really want. They want to finish out their careers the right way, and it's going to be interesting to see Pitt.
Yeah, I think so too. And Paul Chryst was great at Wisconsin as coordinator. I mean, they're going to play tough football, but I just don't think they have the talent level. We make a lot out of Louisville. By the way, Pitt's out the door. Louisville wants to be out the door, you know, pretty desperately. And it's funny, all the colliding storylines going on at Louisville. I mean, you have on the one hand maybe the most talented program right now in the conference. Teddy Bridgewater is the best quarterback. You have, you know, a hot coach. Other programs will look at Charlie Strong, maybe Arkansas. And then again, we have an athletic department that probably would like to belong to a different league. So all this going on at once at Louisville, to me, the most intriguing storyline in a league that is just not very intriguing right now. I mean, in 2012, you know, we're talking about the Big East, and I'm thinking vaguely familiar. They still around?
You're being nice by saying intriguing. It's just not that good.
I'm using it loosely.
It's just not that good, is what it is.
And guys, when it comes to success on the field, who in your mind are some of the key players in the Big East this season?
I think an interesting guy is Montel Harris. Got kicked out of Boston College in the ACC, and now he hooks up with Temple. He's immediately eligible. It'll be fun to see him run there, and Steve Addazio's run-oriented offense. You know, I think a guy like B.J. Daniels, who's no doubt about that, has underachieved, and I think he's a guy with a lot of talent, a dual-threat guy, very athletic. He's got a strong arm. I think if he can kind of come into his own here in his senior season, they got a chance to maybe pull a couple upsets here and there, maybe finish strong like USF hasn't done in the last 3 or 4 years.
You know what happens when you play in front of 10,000 fans in a real big stadium? You know, you underachieve. I mean, that's a tough spot that the Bulls are in every year. They do have a lot of good players, especially I think on defense. But we haven't talked about Cincinnati, and they'll probably win the league. I mean, Butch Jones is he the best coach in the Big East? I don't think I'd take anybody before him. They play smart offensive football. They're fast, always. They just shuttle in pieces, guys who maybe don't get, you know, have big profiles, but they're some of the best playmakers in the Big East. Defensively, they're not bad either. I mean, they can rush the passer. There's no great team. We're kind of looking at Louisville as a team that's rising. I think Cincinnati might wind up running the table in that league. To me, it's those two teams. It's Cincy, it's Louisville for the right to go to a big BCS game and just get absolutely smoked.
All right, thanks guys. That'll do it for this Sporting News exclusive college football preview on the Big East. For Steve Greenberg and Matt Hayes, I'm Shea Pepler.